Okay, a quick follow-up primer on the New York Stock Exchange and the Nasdaq McClellan Oscillator. I went over this last night, I believe, and once or twice before. Very key things to watch as a proxy on what's going on. Um, the more different variant things you look at, the better off you'd be in understanding directional bias in the market and have some predictive abilities like I've clearly shown. So let me get my drawing tool out. I showed you yesterday that when we get towards this minus 62 level or so, we generally tend to have a bounce. We had it here. We are having it here again. So what happens after this? We are at minus 40. Looks like we still have some room to move, probably to about the positive level, or at least move up towards the neutral level. So which means we have more room, we have a couple, the rally continues for now. Now here's other key thing to keep in mind, that when you get this oversold and we hit the 30 mark on the RSI, you generally get a bounce, and that's always been the case. You can clearly see that every single time. So here we had that. If you look at it this carefully, and you can see that it looks like it wants to bounce higher a little bit and get overbought again above 60, about close to 70. 70 is definitely very overbought, and at that point you basically have to take your profits, or at least short the market, or do something to preserve your profits. So that's a New York thing. Now this one, I told you the same thing, that we would get down to with the 37 level. You look at these levels here. You generally tend to have a bounce. So if that's the case, it was a little bit of a feeble bounce. But again, on the Nasdaq side, we went out to minus 28 today. Oh, by the way, here we went to minus 40. So there is more room to bounce here. It normally goes into positive territory and then retraces back. Again, same thing that we see. RSI got very oversold. This one's at 41.35. It was actually slightly lower than that yesterday. So expected RSI getting into close to above 50. I'm sorry, above 50 into the 60s. Excuse me. And that so that would mean that the market gets overbought again. Bollingers are there. So anyway, that's much to say. So there's your quick primer on the NYMO and the NAMO. All helpful stuff.